Who are you? What are you doing in a place like this?
Adol introduced himself and explained that he had come to rescue Mayor Edgar.
An adventurer? Well, if you're looking for Mayor Edgar, here I am. That all, was it? Thank you for coming all this way. I was accosted by monsters and managed to lose them, but hurt my leg quite badly in the process. I was actually just about to hobble my way into the strange old ruins beyond here when you showed up. They're quite peculiar. I peeked my head in early, and I must say I've never seen anything like them before. Adol, I'm sorry to impose upon you even further, especially since we've only just met. But would you be willing to examine these ruins? In my place, with my injured leg, I fear what might happen to me should any more monsters attack. But we've come all this way. I know it's rude of me to ask, but I'm sure you're just as curious as I am, no? So please, would you do me this favor? What are you doing here?
You don't listen very well. I believe we handed down a royal edict to close the quarry, did we not? If you'd just done as you were told, you wouldn't have gotten hurt. So spare me the lecture. Just do as Lord Maguire asks.
I'd wondered what had become of you, but I've never imagined. You aren't really working for Count Maguire, are are you?
Oh, but I am. I'm a devoted knight in service of the great Lord Maguire. Therefore, I'll thank you to keep a respectful tone when you address me. Who goes there? You aren't from Redmont. What business have you here?
Adol gave his name and explained the circumstances of his arrival in Felghana.
A friend of Dogi's? I never thought he'd come back, and certainly not now. No matter. Lord Maguire's orders were explicit regarding the closure of the quarry. If you've come to lead this old man out of here, then I suggest you do so immediately.
Oh, wait! What about Ellefale? Or do you even care that she's been worried sick about you? She doesn't even know if you're alive or dead.
I've grown weary of playing nursemaid. She's 17. She's old enough to cope without her big brother. You should tell her to forget about me. Hell, coming from you, she might even do it. But where are my manners? It would seem I've forgotten to introduce myself. I am Chester Stoddart, a high-ranking knight in service of Felghana's lord. His Grace, Count Maguire. Adol is it. As an adventurer, I know you may be tempted, but I'd advise you not to get involved in your politics. That is, of course, unless you are eager to die.
Count Maguire is the Lord of Felghana, though he's not native to this land. He's actually from Ron. From the moment he took power here, he levied exorbitantly high taxes and pressured us into forced labor. Then, a few days ago, he ordered us to shut down Tigre Quarry, the town's primary source of income. Naturally, we refused, since he gave us absolutely no reason. And that's about when you showed up. To think that Chester would willingly serve a man like that. What could possibly be running through his head? He left his little sister behind, too, and she hasn't heard a word from him in months. Honestly, I have a hard time believing it. Even now, knowing what I know, I keep thinking it can't be true. And what am I supposed to do? Just tell Eleanor to try and forget about him? I couldn't possibly agree to that. I'd never be so callous.
No!
Eleanor, how long have you been listening?
I heard you made it home from the quarry, and that you were hurt, so I thought I'd stop by to check on you, and I overheard your whole conversation. I'm sorry.
Eleanor! It's good to know Chester's all right, at least. But that's little consolation right now. Ever since they were orphaned 12 years ago, those two have really watched out for one another. Up until about 3 years ago, they lived at my house, and I'd always put Chester in charge whenever I was away. I figured it would teach him to be a responsible young man. Though, honestly, I never did get the hang of raising him. Adol, could I persuade you to look in on Eleanor for me? Right now, I think she might find it easier to open up to an impartial third party.